what content creation has taught me about identity creation. As I'm getting back into content creation, I've done this before, I did it exactly a year ago. I realized the importance of my self identity. I understand the things that I currently believe and the new beliefs that I have to adopt over time for myself to be able to remain consistent in content creation, in me creating these videos and me performing well, giving value to my target audience, to my target persona, to be able to, for them to like extract value from my videos. I have to create a new version of myself with an updated belief system. So, as I said before, this is not my first time doing Instagram and YouTube. Last year, beginning of 2025, I decided that I wanted to record daily videos on YouTube and I wanted to record day in the lives on Instagram. Now, I have taken those down and I I'm sorry about that, but I do not feel comfortable to have those videos up. But here's the thing that I've learned about that. When you are creating new habits, it is a weird process to go through. You first battle the why. Why do I need to have this new habit or this new identity to go along with the habits that I know that I need to adopt? Well, it's your why. Why do I need to produce content? I believe that my voice needs to be out there. I believe that my values, my ideologies need to be shown out there. Now, when it comes to identity, how do I build my own identity? Well, I understand that a lot of it is brainwashing. It is. It is. You have to put a fake belief about yourself into your brain until you believe it. That is a lot of what identity creation is. And for example, this goes for starting new things. Like, for example, starting content creation. Starting creating these videos. I believe that I already am a content creator. Even though I haven't made my first few videos, I believe that I can become successful with this. And like, as long as I put the time and effort in, I already am there. When it comes to being in the gym, as another side example, I already know that I am kind of a gym rat. I go to the gym consistently. But when I was starting out, I understood the discipline that it took to actually go to the gym. I understood that I had to remain consistent in the gym, that no matter how many days I did not want to do the work, that I did not want to go to the gym, the amount of leg days that I skipped, that I had to keep going. Also, my legs had to grow as well. So, gym partners did help me out with that. But the times that I was going alone, it was tough. It was so it was so tough. And the way that you overcome that is you keep going, no matter how hard it gets. So the identity that you have of yourself, that you believe about yourself, reflects out into the world with your habits. So if you believe, it's all about self belief. If you believe that you are already a consistent like content creator, you're gonna do that. If you believe that you're a consistent gym goer, no matter how hard it gets, you just tell yourself that you're consistent in that. then you're going to keep going back to the gym. Now you might not be able to even squat 225 yet, or like bench a plate. I don't know where you are in your gym journey, but it's reinforcement of that self-belief. So back to a year ago, I was starting with YouTube and Instagram. I told myself that I was going to be consistent, that I was going to actually record and do a uncut, unfiltered 20-minute time section where I would just talk about my life, where I'd talk about like updates. I'd give updates on every day, and I'd talk about the ideas that I had of that day. And I knew it was good for my unfiltered sections to actually talk like that, to get the ball rolling, to keep going, to build up the habit, to build up consistency. When it came to Instagram and those day in the life videos, the first few days I did not know how to do it. I did not know how to record the right way. I did not know how to edit. And the more that I did it, the more videos that I made, the more I believed in myself that I could actually edit, record, and get better as time goes on. And I did that. I mean, with the gym as well. I mean, I keep going back to the gym, but like it's literally all about self-belief. And in order to get to this self-belief, a lot of what you're going to have to do is break through your own limiting beliefs. Now, I have to break through my own limiting beliefs that my brain has of itself. I understand that there are times where I feel like, oh, like in the beginning of the gym, oh, like I am never going to get strong enough. Like I didn't believe that. There was a limiting belief that was holding me back. I didn't believe that I would get strong enough in the amount of time that I wanted to get strong enough. I like even set a timeline for myself to bench 225, to squat 315, to deadlift 405, and I did not hit those goals in time. And I'm still on the journey to get there, but I'm still putting in the effort, and I'm still going consistently, and I'm making sure that I put consistency first, because then I keep showing up no matter what. But these limiting beliefs, they hold you back. They hold you back so hard. The self-doubt that creeps in, the limiting beliefs of, oh no, I cannot do this, or oh, what are people going to think of me when I'm trying my hardest in whatever task it is. Whether it's you're not doing the gym exercises the right way, or people are thinking about you in the wrong way, you have to understand that you are learning. And you know that consistency has to happen. But you have to be patient with yourself about where you want to be and where you want to go. Now, this goes with the gym, this goes with faith, this goes with like business, content creation, this goes with any new skill that you want to learn. You have to be patient with yourself. It's the only way. When I started out in the gym, I know I keep going back to the gym, but I didn't know all the exercises I wanted to do. So what did I do? I mean, I did go with friends in the very beginning, but you try out the different machines. What does this machine do? Okay, try that out. Is that the right form? I don't know. Let's look up a YouTube video and let's figure out how to do it the right way. What muscle group does this work? Is this actually optimal for me? Maybe I don't even like this machine. Maybe I don't like this exercise. Maybe I don't even like working out with this person because I don't like the exercises that they actually do. I don't like their workout routine. Maybe I need to work out by myself, and that way I can be more consistent. Maybe I need to do this exercise rather than this one, because this one's more fun and I'm actually going to stay consistent while I do the thing that I want to do. It's going to help me be more consistent in my goal because I want to actually keep coming back to the habit that I want to create. And that leads into identity creation. So, for example, for the gym, again, bench. Why do people bench press? It might be an ego thing. It's also fun. It might not be optimal. You could do flat dumbbell chest press with the dumbbells and just straight off the bench. That might be more optimal for you. Or you could do incline dumbbell because like that gives you more of a stretch. But then benching is still fun. You're going to actually want to come back to the gym and have fun. It might not be the most optimal thing, but you're creating a habit where you're working your chest and your main goal is consistency. And consistency feeds into identity creation. So with identity creation, if you want to adopt a new habit, you need to find the fun parts of creating that new habit. You need to keep hitting them hard every single day that you go back or that you develop this habit. And then that feeds back into identity creation. Now, when I went further into my gym journey, I didn't do bench press all the time. No, I'm still not at 225 bench press. And yes, I do have to go back. But I noticed that my chest was getting stronger when I was doing incline dumbbell bench press instead of just regular flat barbell bench. Now, what I would do is I noticed myself going all the way from the 45s to the 80s on like the 80-pound dumbbells on incline. And my bench, I mean, the progress wasn't really there. I wasn't going up as much as I wanted to. And it was tough for me. I wanted to see progress. And I saw progress on incline bench. Now, I had to push through some really hard sets, just like with barbell bench. But I mean, that's how you have to do it. You have to hit the fun spots to bring back identity creation. Now, creating new habits does take effort. I already talked about this, but here's a theory that I've talked about. When you're building a snowman, stay with me, which part is harder? Getting the little ball together and rolling that up first, or getting the big ball, the big snowball, and pushing that? Now, you would think that it would be continuing to push the large snowball, but the amount of patience that it takes with the small snowball is the harder part. It's building the consistency. So you need to make sure the snow actually attaches to itself, to the snowball. And once you actually get a pattern going, once you know that like what works, once you know the type of snow that works, then it works out. So find the fun parts to help you build consistency. Figure out what works, and then keep hitting that hard. And then the snowball will keep going when you're rolling it. And you keep going. Like, it takes more effort, or it takes less effort to actually keep the snowball rolling, but there's still effort involved. But it's not as much thinking about when you were creating the first snowball to actually get the snowman going. It's probably far-fetched, but now finally, last part of this identity creation video. I have to create structure throughout my days and consistency. One thing that helps with consistency and identity creation with new habits is when you are doing them throughout your days. Now, it's best to do them at the same time every single day. because then it's just part of your daily routine. You do them every single day. So, for example, I go to the gym at 6 a.m. during the weekdays. Obviously, we've had snow days for the past few days, so the rec center at our university has been closed. But still, before this, all I wake up, I immediately think about the gym. Um, I make my bed, I get ready for the gym, and all I do is I just go there. I don't think about anything else that happens during my day. I mean, there's also no one there. That's the fun part about going to the gym in the morning at 6 a.m. No one's going to be there. Absolutely no one is there. So I can claim any machine that I wanted to do, and I can do whatever exercise I want to do. Sometimes they are weird exercises, but most of the time I stick to my plans of um, just staying consistent in the exercises that I want to do. And I have my workout routine pretty outlined, pretty defined, and I stay consistent with that. But I do the fun exercises as well. But structure is very, very important. I am disappointed in myself when I don't work out at 6 a.m. and I have to either skip the day or work out later because I set the standard for myself that I need to be working out in the morning. So my identity right now is I have the gym, I have my faith life, and then I'm starting content creation. So this is like the third thing that I'm adding on. I'm also a student, and that is another identity that I have. So I have like 4 parts of my identity. Gym, we've already talked way too much about. Faith, that we can talk about that. I dove deeper into the faith, into Christianity, Catholicism, and it was rocky at the very start, but I did similar thing. Sorry, they're watching like a game. There's like cheering going on. Stay consistent with the faith, prayed a lot more, and prioritized consistency because I know that consistency compounds over time and it creates growth. That's the thing with all of these habits. Consistency compounds, consistency compounds, consistency compounds, consistency compounds. And then you see growth over time. Student me. I did not have the best grades in high school. I had a 2.8 GPA, and I did not get admitted to the school that I'm in right now. And I had to go to a different school. I went there for engineering, but I did not get into this school originally. And then I had to have better grades at my first university that I went to. And then I applied here and I got in, and then I've had the best GPA I've ever had. Granted, it's like a 3.45, but it's 3.45 unweighted. That's the thing. And then I had a 2.8 weighted in high school. Like, oh shoot. Like, you know how bad that is? Sorry, my computer keeps fading out. But yeah, I wanted to get better grades. And what did I do? I made sure that my homework was done right after class. I wanted to Google Calendar, and I set up time blocks for myself to actually know when I should be completing this homework. And I made sure that I also had to-do lists on the side. So I would go into my notes app and I have a to-do list. It's still there. And I every week list out my homework, and I'd make sure to check it off whenever I do it. Last semester, I'd actually try to do all my homework on Mondays and Tuesdays, and it was like 10 assignments throughout the week. So I'd do 5 Monday, 5 Tuesday, or I'd do maybe more Monday and Tuesday, and sometimes it would leak into Wednesday. But the point is, with that consistency, every single week I would start my homework like at the beginning of the week. I knew it was time to lock in right after Sunday. I knew that after my classes on Monday, when I had breaks in between classes, that's when I had to do my homework. It was easy for me to go to the library. It was easy for me to like know, okay, this is the time that I have to do my homework. This is the time that I have to lock in. Because I mean, in high school I'd procrastinate all the time, but I knew that it would not fly in college, and I have to get my degree. I have to be able to maintain a decent GPA, and I have to, like, it helps me get out of here. The more, like, the better habits that I have in school for earlier classes, like, it sets a foundation for you to be able to actually succeed in the harder classes, to actually be able to pass those classes. Because, I mean, I need to get my degree and I need to get out of here. Yes, it's a compressed timeline and I'm going to be graduating a semester early, but even in the compressed timeline, even in me stressing out about like my path, I understand that I am more like able to be successful because I've had better grades in the past. I know how to study more. I know how to be more effective when it comes to homework. I know how to get homework done faster and not be completely stuck on problems that I don't want to work on at all. Hate math, bro. Like classes like math would like get you, or like calc. Um, but yeah, that's third part of identity. Third part of identity. And then content creation. This is fairly new to me. I know that based off what my gym life, my faith life, and my school life, I can build consistency. It's habit stacking. I can build consistency with this and I can keep going. I know that I can. I know that I also have to. I'm holding myself to a higher standard. I know that I have to keep producing videos, no matter if my roommate can hear me or if he can, or other people can hear me, or whoever watches the video, whoever might judge me. It's fear of being seen. I have to get out there. That's my fear with this content creation thing. It's my new identity. I have to get out there. I have to be confident in myself, and I have to be able to say, this is the life that I want to live. And it's the fourth pillar of my life that I have to complete. And this is what we're going to do. I have to, like, confidence is so important when it comes to like social media and creation. Like, I have to remain confident because that's the only way that these videos are actually going to stay well written, well produced, get out there, and actually create value for these other people. It's also proving to myself that I can do this. I have to remain confident. But yes, in order to be on top of content creation, I have to be on top of my gym life, my faith life, my school life. And school is a lot. And then content creation. This takes up, the four pillars take up my whole life. Sorry. But it's discipline. It's discipline with consistency, doing the fun parts for consistency that leads into new habits that lead into identity creation, new identity creation. And it stacks on to each other. Now, another great example with identity creation is getting rid of old habits. For example, smoking, drinking, degeneracy, lust. When you are going through identity creation, you are like, I don't want to be this specific person anymore, or I don't want to associate myself with those people, and I want to be able to be the best version of myself, and I don't want to like be a bad version of myself, I guess. So I I'm not gonna give an example of me. Well, I mean, maybe it's just I used to drink a little bit here and there, and I didn't want to be a part of that. And I knew that it was bad for me. I knew that, like, it's not something that I was proud of. And so getting rid of those friends, or at least creating boundaries with those friends, helps me a lot with separating myself from the alcohol and separating myself from someone who I didn't respect and didn't want to be with. So I didn't respect myself when I was drinking, but I would make sure that I wasn't around that environment, that I wasn't around those people, or at least when they were drinking, I wasn't around them. And I stopped, and I'm healthy now. And I built the gym identity, I built the faith identity, I built school identity, and I'm building the content creation identity now. And now, when it comes to addictions, a lot of people struggle with lust addictions, struggle with alcohol addictions, weed addictions, smoking, vaping, degeneracy, like just all around. That is super important when it comes to identity creation. Now, in order to stop those habits, it is a self-belief thing. Like I talked about in the very beginning, you have to sometimes brainwash yourself into thinking it's not I'm trying to stop drinking, it's I don't drink. Period. End of story. I don't drink. I don't. And I started believing that. And I don't drink anymore. At all. I I don't. Like, I don't have alcohol in my fridge. I don't go to parties or environments that have alcohol. And when I find myself in those environments, I do tend to leave. I leave early because, I mean, for example, New Year's Eve, I was in Australia, and I was doing the international business study abroad program to knock out a class so I could have an easy semester this semester. But New Year's Eve, we all went out to this club called Gilligan's. It is a very large club. A lot of people can get in. It's also Australia, so it's like 18 and up. Like, you can drink. So you better believe every single one of the college students that were from my college were, in there trying to drink and trying to have a good time. And I ended up there. I was not supposed to be there at all. I was, I was not supposed to be there. Like, the guys said that we were gonna like get into Gilligan's and then we were gonna go to the casino, but like, because I had a friend who was already at the casino and we were gonna watch him play at Texas Hold'em, and there was a line for the casino, and he told us that, and then the plan changed when we were in the Uber to just go to Gilligan's, and so I paid like 45 AUD, which is like 30 USD. Oh my gosh, to get into Gilligan's and then just hang out with the guys. And it was like alcohol absolutely everywhere. There was naked women everywhere, and it's New Year's Eve in like a party. It was a club. It was a massive club. So, like, very provocative, very social, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe I'm in this environment. Like, it's crazy. And the guy from Texas Hold'em came, um, and he hung out with us a little bit, and we did dance a little bit, and then we left. We left early. I didn't want to be in that environment, and he agreed. And he didn't. He doesn't drink at all, like, ever. And we left. It was an accountability partner. It was a friend that I had when I was in Australia, and I was able to leave the environment and help reinforce my identity that I don't drink and that I don't go into these party environments. So even with smoking, even with weed, even with vaping, it is sometimes you do have to quit cold turkey, and you have to brainwash yourself so hard, like so much. You have to brainwash yourself so much that, like, I don't vape anymore. I don't smoke weed anymore. Or maybe it's not anymore. It's I don't smoke weed. I don't vape. I don't drink. I don't hook up with girls. They can be stopping the hookup culture and just getting out of that, getting out of that lust environment, which is a very powerful tool for men. You don't want to be in hookup culture at all. You don't want to be in any of that degeneracy culture, but it's all about your identity. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have, all the bullets that I was going to talk about. So, thank you. Peace.